Welcome back to On the L, where strategy meets accountability and leaders learn what it truly takes to elevate. I'm your host, LaTaye Davis, leadership strategist and founder of Elevate Leadership Partners. And on this podcast, we don't just talk about leadership, we break down what it actually takes to lead in environments where expectations are high, accountability matters, and performance is not optional. So, before we get started with our this episode, I want to go ahead and challenge you to grab your notebook and your pen or paper, your pen or pencil, so that you can take notes so that you can elevate as a leader. Today, we're continuing the STAND framework with T. Tie standards to outcomes. And y'all, love, I love the process of setting standards and then reviewing the outcomes of those standards. I just love starting with something and seeing the results of. So I'm excited about this episode. So the problem most leaders miss is that standards exist in many organizations, but they're disconnected from results. So what happens? People stay busy, but outcomes don't improve. Let's take Lindsay, for example. Lindsay is doing everything she's been asked to do. She's completing tasks, meeting deadlines, staying engaged. But leadership is still asking, why aren't we seeing better results? And that's because no one has clearly connected the standard to the outcome. So Lindsay is focused on activity, not impact. I'm going to just let that breathe for a minute. Because I think that this is something that is seriously a huge disconnect in organizations. Seriously. Because that's where even communication becomes difficult, because a worker employee, developing leader may feel like, wait, what are you talking about? I'm working, I'm doing stuff. But it's not connected to the ultimate goal of whatever that person should be achieving, right? Or what the organizational goals are, right? Um, so good. I could go down a wormhole with that, but we're going to stay on task. And so this is where, sadly, leadership fails. Because if people don't understand how their work connects to results, they will default to checking boxes instead of driving outcomes. So what do strong leaders do? Strong leaders, they make it clear. This is the standard, and this is the result it drives. They connect expectations to outcomes, behavior to performance, and effort to impact. Activity is not the goal. Impact is. Come on. Let's say it one more time for the folks in the back. Activity is not the goal. Impact is. So ask yourself, does your team members, know how their work impacts results? Or are they just completing tasks? And this is important, seriously, because I really also think that when you attach the task to the results, it helps workers or team members to understand that they do hold value in the organization. Instead of making people think we can do it without you, we don't need you, you can go. It's no, you know, your role is pivotal to the results that we need to achieve. So important, guys. So important. This is going to be a whole training in itself. I've got to do it. And so, because when standards, we have to think about when standards are not tied to outcomes, you don't get performance. You get motion, you get movement. Now, in today's terminology, motion means, you know, you got things going on, you're making things happen. But in this example, all you're getting is people doing things, activity. They're just doing things, and none of it really effectively connects to the ultimate goal for the organization. And I think it's really important that we pay attention to that, because what can happen is you can have people who are not functioning at the highest level that they should be, and you'll end up working other workers more, because some folks don't understand that their quote unquote activity is pivotal to the results you're seeking. So you'll just work some people more than others and just let the other folks over there just do whatever random stuff, just activities that don't lend to the ultimate goal. I've got to do a fuller episode on this. I actually am going to go ahead and I know I'm going to create a training around tying standards to outcomes, because I do think it is one of the biggest areas that organizations are struggling with. And I think even at the supervisory level, it is very difficult, I think, for supervisors to lead a team effectively where everyone is completing activities that do align with the ultimate results that are desired. And there's different reasons for that. If this episode added value, share it with another leader in your network. And if you're ready to strengthen leadership, improve accountability, and create healthier, higher performing environments inside your organization, connect with me and Elevate Leadership Partners to learn more about consulting, leadership development, workshops, and speaking opportunities. You can also join me every second Wednesday of the month for the Elevation Lab, a live leadership conversation where we discuss workplace culture, accountability, communication, organizational performance, and the real challenges leaders are navigating today. Because strong organizations are built intentionally. Set the standard, lead with intention, elevate with impact. Now make sure you go and listen to the first episode in this framework series, and go ahead and listen to the next episode as well in this series.